Okay, let's let's start. So, in the last class, we have discussed about few configuration options in job tree. I mean, we have already covered general and source code management sections. But from that, we have seen build triggers, which is the main thing in the jobs, and as well as the build environment. So, build triggers is used for like to trigger the job automatically. Well, it can be multiple things. You can simply create a cron expression or as well as you can simply based on the GitHub changes you can trigger the job. So we have seen multiple options like PolSCM, GitHub webhook trigger, as well as build periodically. And of course, there is one more option called downstream option. It means, as we discussed, right? So this job should be built after some other job is done. So this is the build after the part. So we have seen this and this as well. Build an environment. It's simply like to prepare an environment before build. So we have covered these four things. Today we'll close with these two options. What are these two exactly? Let's go to build steps. If you observe until now, we have seen some job pages about some description or some workspace something. Check out the code, trigger the build, create an environment before the build. But what we are doing in this job, what we are building, and what we are, you know, why we are configuring all these things, these build triggers, build environment, to do something, right? To do some task. The task will give in the build step. It can be any task that we have to give here. This is where the original task or let's say our work will be done. There will be so many options. All these options will come based on the plugins. If you observe Sonar, Sonar also. These will come when the plugin is installed. But what are these to analyze your code? Let's say Maven you want to build, see, there is a Maven command. Or let's say add or Gradle script. These two are also build tools just like Maven for a mobile application for Java. See, if you want to do something, you can choose it. There are a few more things. Execute shell. You want to execute in Linux commands, you have to use this. Execute Windows batch command. If you want to execute any Windows commands, you have to choose this. This is some other plugin for AWS, forget about it for me. So you want to do any task, simply click on add a step what you want. Let's say I want to execute a Linux command, let's say execute shell. Which Linux command will be something. It does not matter, just anything. Say this one, export something. And you can simply enter, give another command. So it'll execute all these things. Instead of this, let's say you don't want like this and give like this. Simply add one more build step. Execute shell. Say one more thing here. Give here also. No problem, we can simply give like this. There is no issues. I mean, it'll execute each and everything. Got it? Like this, you can add n number of tasks which you want to do here within a single job. Let's say you want to Check out the code. Obviously, we're giving here, so no need to give again. In the build step, first thing what I'll do the sonar scan. Simply I'll add sonar scan. So these options, this we'll discuss tomorrow, but for now, just imagine that. And now I want to also sonar scan engine, I want to do Maven build. Or I want to do something else. Windows command, simply Windows. You can add the n number of tasks. There is a limitation. You got it? So based on your task, you can simply add your step. So here, based on your tools also, you can choose your step. Let's say, as I mentioned, if you want to do sonar, so you click on sonar. If you want to do any shell command, click on shell. Shell means Linux commands. If you want to use some, if you want to build the code using Ant or Gradle, you have to integrate those tools that we'll discuss. If you want to use Maven, you have to use Maven. You can also for Solar Cube. So this is what the build step is about. Simply, you'll tell what is the task, what type of task. I mean, like based on these, there will be a few more options, as I told you, right? Once you install the plugins and integrate the tools, those options will come here. Got it? There is one more thing here. What is this Windows batch command? You didn't worried out. Okay, shell is fine. When to use this Windows batch command? When to use this? I mean, if let's say Jenkins is running in a Windows machine, at that time only you have to use. Let's imagine now, what is our server Linux, right? Correct? Is Linux. So only Linux command will work. So if I click on execute shell, obviously I did it. It will work, correct? Let's say if my Jenkins server, I mean whatever it is, running in a Windows laptop. I mean I installed in a Windows laptop and it's running. I'm accessing that. At that time, we can use this Windows batch command. Then only it will work. Let's say at the time, let's say you're running in Windows laptop, I mean Windows server, let's say. You can't execute shell commands, obviously. So if it is Windows, you can use Windows batch. If it is Linux, you have to use execute shell. There is another case. If you add any node or slave to Jenkins, which is Windows, you can execute Windows command on that node. If you add a server for node which is Linux, you can use shell commands on that node. This is where you use this. Can't we use both in a single job? I don't think it's possible. It's either Windows or Linux, not both, right? Correct? Either this or that. So you have to use only one. Depends on the requirement, depends on your operating system. That's that's why we use this. Let's try this command, no problem. Because we are running Linux. So Windows command we give what is that? Yeah, this is a Windows command. We'll just like ls in Windows, forget about that, don't worry. So now this will throw error because it's a Linux operating system. This Windows command won't work. Let's try. Okay. Hmm, come on. Can you hear my voice without any disturbances?
Yes.
Right. So it failed for some reason. Today it took 60. Yeah. Please mind my internet. I am connected to mobile hotspot. Yep. So it's failed. Let's click on it.
Bro, even I'm also facing similar kind of issue. Sometimes when I'm trying to create a job and clicking save button,
Yeah,
it is failing on again. I have to refresh the screen and
it is
again
because
doing the same following steps.
of the latest version of Jenkins. Sometimes not our internet problem. I mean, for today it's my problem, but generally Jenkins latest version is a little slow. You can try to install the older version. Okay,
Okay.
where is it? It came, yes, it came. Blah blah blah. This is what we have. I mean, close our workspace. We have cleanup option, which we did on 2 days ago. Cloning out the repository, develop branch. This is all fine. And here is the build section. Oh, I know the command I gave. These are also it executing a command. Okay, got it. ls. Okay, output. Some bf-h disk. Okay, this is also okay. 3fnm. Okay, this is also cool. See, it's executing each and every command, whatever we did. Let me. There is another command. ls-l command. Okay, this is also fine. pwd lsblk. See, executed each and every command, whatever we gave in execute shell. But we observe I gave some command in Windows method, right? Execute Windows batch command, something like that. That is failed. Cannot run programs cmd in a directory, blah blah something. Because this is a Windows command we gave. I mean, Windows command means like the dir. It can be Linux command or Windows command, but the option which we choose in Windows is Windows. Linux doesn't understand that. Similar way, Windows doesn't understand Linux commands. It won't work. That's why it failed. That's why, based on your operating system, you have to choose. Go to build section. See, this all showing the output here also. So this one failed, obviously. Why? Because it's a Linux operating system, so you can't use Windows commands. That's why. Got it? So that's about build section. Where is it? Yeah. Based on the plugin, the options will come obviously here. And based on your requirement, you can choose that. Hmm, what is in my repo? I think I can't. Yeah, I can't do sonar analysis as well as maybe build for this because this is not the code. I just created some empty text files. That's okay. We'll check it tomorrow. I mean, how to build first thing, maybe how to do sonar, integrate sonar, do sonar analysis. If we got time tomorrow, we'll see and build also. Don't worry. For today, you got the build right. Oh, and I forgot to mention one more thing. Run with timeout. What we're doing is simply we are setting a timeout for the build. Obsolete 3 minutes. What is the build step here? Choose whatever you want. Resolution. Anything. I don't remember the Linux commands now. Something, let's say it does not matter. Yeah. Here simply what's happening is the same whatever the build step, whatever the options here, it will show here if you observe. The only difference is we're just giving a timeout to the build. I mean, within this time period only the build should happen. It depends on the requirement again. So if you want to close the build within a few minutes, you can simply add this. We use it sometimes. Yeah, it's not normal. Got it? So is it clear? The build section, I mean, so. And doubts?
Not now.
Others? Anything, any doubts so far? Okay, I take it as no then. Now let's go to last section called post-build actions. You'll understand by the name post-build actions. So what has to be done after the build is done? After build is finished. It can be success or failure, it does not matter. What should happen then now? What generally should happen maybe once it is failed, I want to send a notification to someone, maybe some developer or some, let's say. Once it is success, even then also I want to send notification. And once it is finished, so 1 minute. Yeah. So once it is finished, what you want to do? These will be here. These options will be here. So you will see email notification obviously. So there are two options. That's okay. When the topic comes, I'll tell you. But for now, this will send email notifications for success or for failure. Got it? There is one more option called sorry, delayed workspace when the build is done. In the build environment, we have seen delayed workspace before build starts. It means before starting the build, it will clean everything, the workspace. This is after build is done itself, it will clean it, not before starting of the next build. Once this build is done, let's say 10th build, it will clean everything. You can keep both, no problem. So what happens when the action is finished? I mean, the build is finished. It will clean the workspace. Now, when the build starts, this will also try to clean this option, clear workspace before build starts, but there will be nothing, so it will be empty. It will just clean empty thing. It won't clean anything. Simply. So that's no worries. It's no problem. There is one more option called build other projects. This is this already. It's just like reverse for build after other projects are built. So here in the build triggers, what is this option means? Build after other projects are built. It means build this job, whatever it is, let's say this job, ABC something, blah. This has to be built after other jobs are built, correct? This is what it means, basically. Saying. What does this mean then now is build other projects. Where is this? After this build is done, build other project, whatever it is. Got it? It's like two options are there to do one task. But one is upstream option, another is downstream option. I mean, upstream option means we'll choose what has to be on top of me. That is called upstream. So this option in the build triggers is upstream option because in the test job we chosen this option and we chosen this prod job, correct? It means prod will come before the test. I mean, just an example. So that is upstream option. We are choosing what has to be on top of me, and with this option, we are this is a downstream option because we are choosing what has to be after me, on top of me, or before me, below me, or after me, after the job. Both are similar except one. This is downstream option because after the build it is coming, right? This is downstream option. And build this project after other projects are built, which is coming in build triggers. If you observe, the option is coming before the build. It means before this job. And if there's nothing, no configuration changes, all are same. Trigger only build is stable, trigger even build is unstable, trigger even build is failed. Same options. Yeah, you just have to give the job name here. That's it. Same option we already have. We already have a chain. Got it? So two options are there. One is to choose which has to become before me. I mean, which job has to come before this job. Another is which job has to come after this job. Upstream job and downstream job. So is it clear? We'll try that. Don't worry, we'll try that now. But did you understand, that the idea of what this option is? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see the other option. There is something called archive artifacts also. This will archive the artifacts. Whatever the artifacts is built, it will archive. What does archive mean? Simply, it's compressing it. Either a zip file or a tar file. It will archive it, and we can use this archive to send through email or to attach this archive to email. We can do like that. We'll try that. Don't worry. So is it clear? What we'll do is we'll try this downstream option. We already have upstream option selected, right? In the test job, in the final job, something. Let's remove that. Let's remove the setting and use this new option called build other projects in the post build actions, which is like a downstream option. So let's try that. See, downstream, this is option there. Let's, yeah. So this is the first one, second one, third. So go to third job. Let's wait until it loads. In the third job, we're choosing the second one, correct? In the second one, we're choosing the first one. I mean, before that. This is the before option. This is called we call upstream option as well. Now we have to remove the uncheck this upstream option. We don't want to use upstream because we want to test another one, which is called downstream option. Is there? We'll test that. Let's try. Yes, it's open. Configure. I'm just trying to configure parallelly because this is too slow. I'm in a remote village, so this will be slow basically. Finally. So build triggers. This is what it is, correct? Build after other projects are built. It means after test job is built, use build this job, whatever the final job. Now I don't want this. Simply save it. Similar way here also. Build, where is it? Yeah, build after other project build means after prod job is built, build this. I don't want this also. Let's save it. Now what I'll do, I don't go from bottom to top. I'll come from top to bottom. Now let's go to this job. If you refresh, these options will go. This will go. If you refresh, see, it's gone. There is no upstream downstream option now it's showing because we removed it. Yeah. See, now go to prod job. Now what is our task? Similar thing. Test job should be run after prod. The requirement is same. It didn't change. Earlier also it was same, right? Test job should be run after prod job. That's why what we did. We went to test job and we chose the dependency job. I mean, before test, prod should be run. Now same thing we're doing, but from a different point of view. Now I went to prod job in the post build action. I chosen build other projects. It means build some other projects after this prod job is done. What is the requirement? We want to run the test job. Same thing. Same requirement. We're just using a different option now. That's it. Earlier we went to test job and it's chosen the upstream. I mean, what is what comes before the test. Now this is a different point of view. Like we're going to prod job, and it was saying what comes after this. This is what the option is about. Build other projects. Save it. Let's see. Similarly here also, go to test job, choose the final job. That's the cycle, right? In the final job, you don't need to do anything because it comes last. Nothing after this. Everything comes before this, nothing after this. So you don't need to configure anything. Because now we are configuring the downstream job. So we have to go to the job which comes before this actual job and do the changes. So in the final job, you don't need to do anything. We remove the option already, so that's fine. Once this setting comes, once the configuration comes, we have to, yes, we have to choose this option. What is the job we want to run after this test? Final. Save it. That's it. See, same option came, right? Nothing will change except the way we choose and or we configure it is little different. That's it. Because for same thing, we got two options. One is before and one other is after. One other is upstream and another is downstream. The one we've seen earlier in the build trigger section is upstream option. Means we are selecting the job it has to be run before this. The one we chosen now is downstream option. What has to be run after this job? See, I didn't choose anything in final job, right? But it came because in the test job, I chosen the final job. I chosen the final job, right? Means after test, final should be run automatically. Test became the upstream of final. Just simply, what is the point of all this? You may ask. We're just linking the jobs. That's it. You already know that, but I'm just saying it. Now, same thing. If you run the prod job, three jobs will run. So, shall we try? Simply I just build. This will be 25th. This will be 27. This will be 18th build. Let's see. Yes, it got success because we removed the Windows command, obviously. 27 it came. See, we also nothing. Still, we are just linking the jobs with build other projects option. So there is a plugin for this actually, which will be helpful in seeing. Let's say we have three jobs now. It's okay. We are fine. We're happy. So there is no confusion. There might be 100 jobs which are linked together, just like this downstream upstream. How do you know what comes after what? What is the first? What is the last? How do you know those? Of course, you can see, identify by these, but how many jobs you will see? 100? No, right? It's difficult. That's why they gave us something, a plugin called Build Pipeline. It will show these upstream, downstream jobs. What is what comes after what is the starting, what is the ending. It will show you in a chain format, which will be easy for us to see. So we have to install the plugin, and then we can see. Just like a view, that's it. Simply, it will give a new view of for you to easily check what is what. Come on. So what is the plugin name? What available plugins? Build pipeline, if I remember correctly. Search build. Yes, this is the. Oh, this is not safe to use. I think they are. not actively, working on this plugin. See, this plugin is for adaptation. We're looking for new maintenance. If you're interested, you can take over this and modify this plugin, whatever. This. But it's written in Java, of course, we don't know. So who are interested usually, so they'll do it. There is no active development going on for this plugin, it seems. It's installing. Let's wait. Mhm. It's success. Let's go to dashboard. It will just give a view for us. That's it. So with this, all these downstream, upstream jobs, because it's difficult for us, right? Three is okay, but usually it will be difficult to know if you have more jobs which are linked to each other. It will be tough to identify. I mean, we have to go to each configuration. But instead of that, just gave us another view. What is the view? We have to create a new view now. So simply, it's like you're seeing these all these jobs. Like that, you can create a views here. Just the way you see the jobs. That's it. Simply, like I can create n number of views. In our project also, sorry, we are also using. We created the views based on the project. What does it mean, view based on the project? Let me tell you. Test. I choose the build pipeline view. Create. What is a view is? Let me tell here by the if it is open. So this option we have to select the initial job. I mean, which is the first one. Our job is the first one because that is the first one, right? So we choose the first one. Now it will show you the view. Mm-hmm. See, cool, right? You can simply run this. It will start this, and this. Let's see, run. At the time, while it's running, it will show you the yellow mark. It means it's running. See, prod is done. Now it will start test. Why it is taking this much time? It shouldn't be. Usually it will come. It ran, but yeah, I think the plugin is not working as expected. That's why they're waiting for. So they're looking for maintenance. It ran, but yeah, it didn't show us properly. So this is how the pipeline looks like. I mean, the build pipeline. That's upstream and downstream. Let's say there are 100 jobs. It will show 100 here, but in a smaller cubes, not like this, the bigger ones. Because the more the jobs, the less the size of this one. That's what the build pipeline will. You can simply like, sorry, you can simply go to dashboard whenever you want to come here. You can just click on the view. What is our view name? I guess test if I remember correctly. You can click on that. See, there is a test view. All view test views. There I'll create one more thing. It's a new. The view name is new. Let's say list view something. Here, what we are doing is, so we have all jobs, right? There are so many jobs. Let's say the requirement, like there are two teams. Those two teams have jobs which running in the same Jenkins server, and they'll be using it regularly. They'll log into Jenkins, they'll check this, things like that. Now, what happens is there are so many jobs. Every time they have to come to Jenkins, they have to search for their job because there are so many. They got an idea that create a view for us for our team and add our jobs to that view which are required for us, so that we don't need to search. See, this is all means every job will show here. Every job will be shown here, whatever are present in Jenkins. Correct? Whatever present in Jenkins, it will show here. See, three jobs are there. And I created a view for me because I want to see only my jobs, not other ones. So simply I'll just come to this view. Well, I'll create a view and I'll select the jobs. If you see, I selected one job only. So in this view, only one job will show, not the other one. Whatever I selected, it will show only whatever selected. I mean, it does not mean the other ones are deleted. They are present. But in just this view, I just chosen this job so that only this will show. Got it? I can click on the delete the view also. It can delete this new view. I can simply edit it if I want to add a new job. Like it just we're differentiating. That's it. I mean, like what we're doing is just differentiating. We're just creating our own view to see only our jobs. Usually in organization, even in my organization, there are almost 13 to 14 teams who are using the single Jenkins server. I mean, same Jenkins server. There are almost 500 jobs, it seems, if I remember correctly. In that 500, how will you find your job? Difficult, right? So what I did is I created views like this based on the project name, and I added the jobs. I added the jobs to the view like this. Let's say like this to the view, whichever are for the project, whichever are managed by the project team. Now simply what they do, the guys will log in, go to click on their view because the project name is their view. They'll click on the view, the name, and they can see all their jobs, not the other ones, other things. So it will be easy, right? They need to search. They don't need to search separately again for each one because I already created a view for them and I added the jobs which are maintained by them or which are using by them. So now simply they can just simply click on the new view and they click on any job whatever they want. Is it clear? Is it clear about the view? We're just creating creating like just a view. What is a view? Just to separate, not really separate. I mean, again, if you click on the all, everything is same. But while viewing, when you log into Jenkins, you're just filtering out the jobs, adding just filters simply to keep it simple. Adding the filters to your jobs, not your jobs, to see the jobs. Like that, build pipeline also one of the view. If you click on the text, test, I mean, this is our build pipeline name. This is build pipeline is also one of the view, but it will show only upstream and downstream jobs, not other things. Got it? Is this clear? See, that's it. It is also one of the view, but only for upstream and downstream, not for other things, not for regular job. Someone asking something?
Yeah, by deleting view, it won't affect the job, right?
No, no. That's what I was about to tell. If you delete the view, you don't want the view now. It's common, but it won't delete the jobs. We'll try now. Let's see. Let's delete the new view which we have just created, unless this comes faster. Yeah, that is our new. This is our view. Now I'll delete my view. I don't want it anymore. It's left side you can see. Delete view. Delete view. You want to delete the view now? Yes. Yes. Delete. But not the jobs. The jobs will still present. Let's find out. See, the view is gone. But if we, in all jobs, it is showing our jobs. It won't affect anything. Any jobs. Just deletes the view. That's it. Got it? Is it clear?
Yes.
Everyone, what is view? I mean, just creating filters. That's it for the jobs. Just to display only one our job. That's it. You can delete this test view also. It does not really affect the jobs. As I told you, so this build pipeline plugin, no one is there to maintain it. So there won't be any new features, nothing. It will be same like this. So you can delete that also. I mean the view again. It is deleting the view, not the job. See delete. It will load, but yeah, it will delete. So yeah, that's it for today's class. I mean, we discuss. Now I think we finished the job configuration also finally after so many days. So the section, it's okay. The sections, what are job configuration, general source code management, build triggers, build environment, build step, post build action, what they'll do, how they work, and the downstream and upstream options. Okay, that's also part of the job configuration only, but we have seen that with the build pipeline section to see exactly what's happening. And we have seen the build pipeline also, I mean, the plugin, how it will display us the upstream and downstream jobs and the views how to create. Tomorrow, we'll see how to do our tasks now. That's what the whole point, right? Why we started Jenkins? Because we want to automate everything, whatever we did so far. Until now, we choosing the configuration only. I mean, okay, what is this? What is this? Because I want to explain you the options before going to the real thing. Tomorrow we'll start our real, build, building the code or testing the code or something. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah, bro.
All right, we'll meet tomorrow at same. Bye.